this together to give you guys an idea about really the breadth of augmented reality and virtual reality, and it's hard to describe in words. Ideally, I would have given each of you, virtual reality headsets to experience this like in real life, but the cost of 30 or so virtual reality headsets was beyond our budget, even with our generous sponsors. So you'll have to do the next best thing and see it demonstrated in video. But I put together a number of clips that I think give you a good idea. So that should be fun. And then after that, Augie and I are going to do a point counterpoint about how fast all this is going to move and what applications areas are going to be the biggest and what it means. So with that, I'll get started. I'll start with just augmented reality. And augmented reality has been here for a long time. First time I remember seeing it was the First and 10 line starting in the late 90s on TV. There's not a magic yellow line that's painted on the field. That's artificially placed there by computer, basically. And then as time's gone on, that type of technology has pervaded all sorts of sports like basketball and hockey, of course, and then also other less known sports like boat racing, car racing, and so forth. So you've seen that just about everywhere. Next place we saw it again was in virtual advertising, and again in sports.
Our technology allows us to tailor the advertising content in different live video feeds of the same event for different audiences. We use real-time data to place ads and product messages at key moments of the game.
Of course,
it's a wonderful night. Go ahead and release. It's a wonderful night. Come on and break it on down.
We have a long way to go with this still, I think. Another screen-based application for AR, and here there's no glasses involved. This is just basically screens, either TV screen, a laptop screen, or a cell phone type screen. But here's another example.
Here is Academy Award nominee Lady Gaga.
So those are sort of passive screen applications where we just watch the augmented reality. There's also interactive augmented reality too.
But if I find a way to change the view and see the world the magic way of blue, everything is at your fingertips, it's true. You should know life looks good on you. La 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 la, life looks good on you.
Download the free app to try on your favorite brands virtually. It's a better way to look. It's glasses.com.
For another example like this, I chose this one for a special reason. Randomly going through the internet looking for examples, and I came across that one. I said, "Gosh, that woman looks familiar." And my daughter's an actress. It's my daughter, about 2 years ago.
It's an augmented experience.
It sort of works like a choose-your-own-adventure guide. Right, so you're in a gallery, you find something that you're interested in, you raise your iPad or your phone, and so using computer vision, it recognizes the work and then layers on top of that in front of you information about various points of interest on the painting.
And the challenge has always been, I want the artwork to be the focus. And what our application does is says, here is the artwork, it's incredible. Experience the artwork, and here's the backstory. Here are the videos, here's commentary from the artist, here's the artist's techniques, here's the story of how it was acquired.
And And then of course, as Augie mentioned.
All right, so the first thing you have to know about augmented reality battles is you have to turn it on before you go into battle. So it's right here at the top right. You can turn it on or off. I've got it turned on, signified because it's blue, and now I'm gonna go battle. So you can see the augmented reality battle is on. The actual gym is that gravestone back there. Yes, this is awesome.
Of course, the background you're seeing is what's being seen through the camera on the,
See if I can
on the
get
phone.
to a sunny location.
With the
So
image
it's not so
superimposed.
dark over here.
Although it was screen-based, but of course, I think one of the really exciting things I think are augmented reality with actual glasses. And of course, the Google Glass was an early example of that. They discontinued mass distribution of Google Glass, but they're still available for industrial purposes and specialized purposes. Let's not take the time to decide whether it was just before its time or a wrong strategy, but suffice it to say that there have been plenty of people out there to replace Google Glass. There's a Vuzix, which looks a lot like Google Glass, Moverio from Epson, and then the Microsoft HoloLens. It's kind of hard to tell, but you actually can see through it with the HoloLens, but it's much more immersive. And so each of these things are for different purposes, and I just have a few clips that give you an example of how they might be used.
What if we could go beyond the screen, where your digital world is blended with your real world? Now we can. This is the world with holograms. What will they enable us to do? More immersive ways to play. New ways to teach and learn.
So put the new trap in the place of the old one.
Now what?
And tighten here and here.
The one thing I wanted to point out was, is this the way we're going to be interacting with computers, both at home and at work in the future? Where our menu items are just out here, and we touch like that instead of looking at a screen or pointing onto the screen itself. I mean, when you see people using this technology, they're always reaching, doing things. And if you might remember, Dub Dublin last year talked about large screens with multiple windows, and I had imagined like a big touch screen like this in front of me. But couldn't it just be the same that my spreadsheet's over there for me to look at and point with, and then I have a video going on over here, and my email's up here, and I just don't like that interfacing with it, having multiple screens, but not really having multiple screens. They're just like in my glass. So thoughts there. Those are kind of the applications everybody talks about. But then there's some unexpected applications as well, of which I just picked up one that I thought I'd share with you. This is helping autistic kids.
The Autism Glass program is meant to teach children with autism how to understand what a face is telling them.
And of course, with all this technology, things may go too far. This is an example that Peter Michael sent me earlier this year. I've edited it down so it's not too abusive to you guys, but you'll get the idea.
Estoy libre de mi ira. Estoy libre de mi tristeza. El amor es mi
Look at all the customized information these people are bombarded with. Tampons.
Olá, me chamo Maria.
Bueno. Hola otra vez. Ay, no, cállate.
¿Qué está pasando?
Hola, Juliana Restrepo. Me alegra verte. ¿Qué puedo hacer por ti?
Mis puntos están bien. ¿Qué está pasando?
Tranquila, todo está bien. Parece que alguien está intentando vulnerar su cuenta. Por favor, espere mientras reinicio su dispositivo.
And then, of course, there are business and professional and educational applications of AR.
The biggest problem an architect has is getting from the screen into physical space.
We've never been able to bring 3D digital designs off your screen and into the world around us. Until today. Trimble and SketchUp, world leaders in providing solutions for design and construction professionals, are proud to announce the release of SketchUp Viewer for Microsoft HoloLens.
The Vuzix M3000 works like a smartphone or tablet, but hands-free. Its temple contains a touch-sensitive surface that works like a trackpad control. Or you can speak your commands for a truly hands-free experience.
Open the project schedule and CAD plans for 435 Laurel.
Because it's Android, the Vuzix M3000 runs thousands of existing apps. And Vuzix has developer resources and technical support to make it easy to create new apps for your business-specific needs to take full advantage of the power of the M3000.
Ready to dig? Hang on, let me check something.
The M3000 has built-in GPS, so it always knows where you are, and it tracks your head movements and viewing angle for unprecedented awareness of what you're doing and seeing, whether it's real or virtual or both.
Looks okay. The city water line runs over there. As long as you keep away from that, you're good. Looks like my flight's late. How about a coffee?
Welcome. The time is 6:47 a.m. There are pick requests available.
Begin.
Of course, if you're in an Amazon warehouse, the human's not in the picture at all already. The robot will be doing this.
Confirmed.
Showing me the pick list. Go to aisle 17, show 3.
Show item 1.
The size for item 1 is 30 by 25 by 5 and a weight of 0.5 kilogram. It's non-fragile. Pick 2.
2 okay. One okay.
What a final we have in store tonight. Two unbeaten teams hitting their peak at the right time. It is going to be a great game. There seems to be a problem with the lights.
Job started.
Directions.
Walk 50 feet, then turn right.
Waiting to hear if there's a problem.
Warning, confined space. Panel located. Enter code 72. Initiate relay. Disable active circuits. Disconnect cable. Remove unit.
You've been told the problem with the lights is being fixed. And there they are. The lights are back on.
Okay, so that gives you a pretty good idea of AR and just a whole host of applications, going from personal applications to very much enterprise type applications. Turn now to virtual reality, and there we have a very interesting range of devices, going everywhere from Google Cardboard for $15. How many people have used Google Cardboard? A lot of you. It gives you a feel for what it's all about. To $800, $600 Oculus Rift and HTC Vive. And then how many people got a PlayStation for Christmas or bought a PlayStation for Christmas? We were hoping to bring one down to show you guys, but they were all totally sold out in Austin this week, so we couldn't. But that's sort of in between and much more aimed at the traditional game market. And we'll show some examples of that. So this is what this, unlike the augmented reality, is totally immersive. So you don't see through at the same time. And so it's a different type of experience completely. As Augie said, games is where we've seen this first.
Hello friends, I'm Lucy and welcome to In 2 Minutes. As you probably saw from the sponsorship bumper, this week's episode is brought to you by Samsung and Gear VR, just one of the many players in the ever-growing VR game, which has been around for a lot longer than you'd think, with the first true head-mounted VR display being invented back in the 60s, with various incarnations being released over the years with varying levels of success. Sorry, Virtual Boy. But it was the crazily successful Oculus Kickstarter just 3 short years ago that got everyone excited about virtual reality again. Here's what the future holds. Since its Kickstarter, the now Facebook-owned Oculus Rift has been tweaked, honed, and improved upon, and its consumer model is ready to launch in early 2016, with a number of games, applications, and social platforms ready to roll with Rift support. But it's not just Oculus releasing a headset next year. Valve has partnered with smartphone manufacturer HTC to co-produce the HTC Vive headset, which allows you to actually walk around and paint in virtual space. As you can see by my gormless expression, it's quite an experience, and it's set to launch in April. PlayStation are also entering the market with PlayStation VR. Let's face it, Morpheus was a cooler title, but it's still gonna have a slew of games like Until Dawn Rush of Blood, multiplayer shooter Riggs, and even Tekken 7 will support it. Although they're technically mixing augmented with virtual reality, and technically they're maybe not even out in 2016, Microsoft's HoloLens headset beams holograms out into the real world, and its tech demos have been incredibly impressive, with the ability to beam applications like Skype and games like Minecraft onto walls and tables, so you can basically be the real-life Tony Stark without the fancy suit. So those are the headsets, but what else can the future hold? Well, how's about proper interaction? Oculus Touch, launching a few months after the headset, uses loads of Wii infrared LEDs to track your hand movements and provides touch or haptic feedback, so you can reach out and actually touch things in the virtual world. And as for other senses, well, a company called FeelReal has developed a mask that hits the spot. It projects gusts of wind, it heats up, sprays water mist, and even releases scents, so you can smell your games. There's a sentence I never thought I'd say. But there's other things that VR can be used for than just gaming. It's already used in treatment for various mental health conditions, including phobias and post-traumatic stress disorder. It allows patients to gradually be exposed to things that they fear in a safe, controlled space. Architects can use it to visualize and create buildings, and incredibly, even surgeons can be trained in VR.
That's Sony PlayStation. Then there's interactive VR, for not so much for a game, but just for fun.
Top of the morning to you laddies, my name is Jacksepticeye and welcome to Richie's Plank Experience. This is terrifying. Oh no, I'm not going to be able to do this. Oh, this is way worse than I expected. Oh my god, no! Oh, I have such a chronic fear of heights. But there's a delicious cake right there. I need to get it. Oh, every instinct in my body is telling me not to do this. Because I know what you're thinking, Jack. It's just a plank. Like, you're not actually in any danger. I can walk anywhere I want. But your brain doesn't know that. When I'm in here and I'm looking at this, my brain is like, okay, you need to be careful or you're gonna fall. Oh my god, I can't describe the feeling. It's insane. Oh, Jesus Christ. Oh my god. You better not knock me off or something. Oh, I can't! Oh! Stop it! Go away! Oh, I'm legit gonna have a panic attack doing this. Okay, just close my eyes. Oh, okay, I can do it. Whew. I got a slice of cake. I'm going back. I'm closing my eyes and I'm going back. Oh, me. Oh, it's the best tasting cake I've ever had in my life. The fact that there's ground still here in my world, but in VR there isn't, that's messing with my head. And your brain thinks that you're going to be able to wobble and fall off. Okay, let's do this again. Oh, bye cake! Oh.
Paranormal Activity VR was revealed at GDC recently and everybody was talking about it. We wanted to see how scary it actually was, so we had the developers come here to IGN and had a bunch of IGN people play the game. Here's how scary it was.
No big deal, not a big deal. Oh, there's a lot of blood everywhere.
Oh, that says Lucifer. That's a good time.
Who's in here?
Nope.
Oh, that. Kid. I don't want to go anywhere. I want to go home.
Where do I go?
Gonna die!
Oh, that's not okay.
Oh my god. I'm like T-bowing right now because I just need the Lord Jesus with me.
The house is creaking. What? No, you're ruining my house. What are you doing? Stop.
That is wicked. Keep out. Keep in out. Good. I don't want to go indoors and say keep out.
Keep out. That's probably fine to go in.
Oh god.
This is insanely stressful.
Oh!
Jesus!
Okay, don't go that way.
Oh, God! Oh, my God! Oh, Look! What the hell on this?
Okay, I can't go down. Yay!
So, pretty deeply immersive experience. And then, of course, there's some serious VR applications that Augie mentioned, like combat training, safety training, big data visualization. I don't have videos for those, but I think you can kind of get the idea for that. And then there's cinematic VR, which is, the main thing about this is just getting started. People are just figuring out how to do media and things we've done with film and TV in the VR space. So there's lots of questions still. There's still the Wild West explorers, but what I wanted to do is give you a little bit of a feeling for it with just some examples.
Amsterdam calling, so pick up.
The future of cinema is now, and it's right here. That's right, the VR experience is right here at the world's first virtual reality cinema, right here in Amsterdam. We're going in. We're going in. There's somebody eavesdropping at the balcony, and you can see him if you look all the way up.
I loved it.
It was really eye-opening. Suddenly you're at the kitchen table, and then something really cool happens, and I was just like, whoa. I'm really impressed. I'm really, really impressed with what I saw.
I thought it was really interesting. I've never done virtual reality, so I didn't really know what to expect.
The fact that you can look anywhere. I had the feeling I was looking up and down again.
John is like one of the big producers of cinematic VR, so if you do get any type of headset, you can go to their website and get a pretty good sampling of them. And then, of course, Augie mentioned the New York Times dipping into this space. And then there's the biggest application for lots of these things, as you might guess, is porn. And I want to show you a reasonably long clip on this, and part of it does, believe it or not, does a pretty good explanation of some of the challenges of doing things in VR. And so it's a pretty good tutorial as well as being entertaining.
Hey guys, I'm Brent Rose, writer and pumping love muscle. Even though it's so young it's barely legal, we already know virtual reality porn is going to be big. So big. If you haven't already gotten a load of it, at least you know the internet has gone wild for reaction videos. But what you probably haven't peeped is an internal look at how VR porn is actually made. So today, we're spreading the subject wide open and going deep. Won't you come inside me? Come inside with me.
So you're seeing, like, you can look up and down, left and right. And then we are going to start shooting in 360 as well.
Like maybe an orgy shoot, so you can you kind of choose your own adventure.
But our goal is this: we wanted to give like some really interesting experiences. And so 3D and doing stereoscopic 3D was really important for us. And we decided to start with just like a 3D 180 viewpoint, because that really fit with our sets already. Like we already have a director behind us and lights behind it.
So you're sort of blazing trails here at Kink for VR, is that right?
I feel like we are, yes.
What are the differences in terms of how you approach shooting VR porn?
In your standard porn, there's a general vocabulary that already exists. For virtual reality, it's basically the Wild West.
As a performer, how does doing VR differ from like your standard 2D porn?
Instead of like being right up in front and connected like this, I almost call it the back bend. You have to be so far back in order for you just to see my face. Any position is going to be drastically different when you're shooting VR?
I had trouble keeping my legs in, so it doesn't go out of the view of the viewer and break like the reality of it.
We do a lot of blocking, how to keep their body in frame in a 180 world.
It's just like we're all collectively remembering this new set of rules together.
Where do you guys see it going?
I think like the future of porn is interactive and much more personal.
I could see a lot more porn stars being more curious about watching themselves in virtual reality.
I like never watched my own clips, but I watched my shoot that I did and like looking as a person, I was like, oh my God, this is what it's like. Oh, there I am.
Today we're trying our first 360 VR shoot. So it's gonna be an experiment with us and with you.
My mom predicted this would happen.
So there's 7 cameras here. This is a pretty flexible rig. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 pointing down. The post-production software allows us to sync and we have to roll certain things so it syncs. I'm gonna show you the best places to be when we're shooting with this camera. We have our willing victim here.
Oh, hey ladies, did one of you order a virtual pizza with extra sausage?
We don't want any pizza.
Oh, those are fun toys. What do those do?
Come here.
Oh, no, 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 no!
Oh,
Jesus.
You like it.
Marry me. So the VR footage is all shot. How do you make it into something that can be viewed on an Oculus or something like that?
The general idea is to take that fisheye footage and map it to an equirectangular dome. Okay. So when you put the headset on, you're looking around in this full world. So here's some footage. The program will then, map it into a dome for us.
Oh, yeah. Oh, I know what's going on my Christmas list. So what did we learn here today? Well, making VR porn is way more complicated than we first imagined. From dealing with weird camera angles, to performing in awkward positions, hiding the crew, lighting challenges, and a post-production nightmare, you really see all the work that goes into it. And yet, when you're watching it and that fourth wall has been stripped away and you feel like you're in the room, you really get the sense that this is where the industry is going to head.
Okay, back to the Sublime. Obviously, people have to learn how to do this and teach it, and so one of the leaders in this is the USC, University of Southern California, and this is an interview with the director of the VR lab there, Candace Reckinger, and she makes some of the same points, so I thought it'd be interesting.
We're just exploring how do you create the new language of telling stories cinematically using virtual reality.
Yeah, I think there's a whole glossary problem. There's a whole how do you prepare your crew and script, and of course, shooting in 360 is a challenge. Where do you put the crew? You have to run and hide.
That's right. You have to run and hide. And Grant from Jaunt, in fact, was telling some funny stories about people having to hide behind desks and all kinds of tricks they have to do. And we talk about this all the time. The lab is actually a hub where we're engaging in a lot of creative conversation about how to make things. So this is one of the things we talk about all the time. How do you do that? Where do you put the lights? We have this 100-year-old language of storytelling, which is pretty sophisticated. We can really make beautiful stuff on a single screen. But when you look at VR, we find ourselves thinking about theater a lot. We find ourselves thinking about what games do and interactivity does. We find ourselves using words suddenly like choreography, because space is so important, and how you move the actors around the space. Moving the camera is a little different thing because you don't want to get people to feel dizzy, but there's all this potential choreography because you have all this real estate that you're filming. So suddenly you find yourself in some ways thinking like a theater director. You actually got to think about where do you put people.
As the Rift launches, I think people are going to be amazed at the range of content that there is for 2016.
There's been this community of people that have completely given their lives to starting to work in this space.
This idea of VR movies, it's been something I've been waiting for and searching for my whole life, and I realized this is that next step, this is that next medium.
It moved me way beyond what I can rationalize.
It goes just like right to your human core.
What I had seen felt like a memory of me being somewhere versus a memory of me watching a film.
I knew right at that moment that I was gonna try and help cultivate this thing, and I was gonna try and help bring it to life.
They're all incredibly diverse, but they're all part of this family of VR movies.
Clouds Over Siege is probably the project where we have to keep cleaning off the headset because there's tears inside of it.
With the Martian VR project, which is literally a full 30-minute experience, living the part of Mark Watney and playing all the key scenes in the movie.
While the experience, the character looks at you, but in fact she's looking through you. That look, that moment when she looks straight in the camera, just completely blew our minds.
Alumet lives in a town that floats in the sky, inspired by Venice. You actually are given the ability to use VR controllers like the Oculus Touch and interact with that world.
Invasion is animated characters that you can fall in love with in magical worlds with great stories backing it all up.
Evolution of Verse is a sort of surrealist, lucid dream.
The Angelica is literally as if you could step inside of a painting, and that is where the whole story unfolds. It feels like this small family of pioneers who all together try to chart this unknown territory. And it has been amazing to see how many new people are joining in.
It is going to be the dominant art form of the 21st century. I am completely convinced.
I don't see how there's any argument that it's not the next great medium for human storytelling.
VR is what I do. VR is my life. I want to spend all of my career exploring that art form.
Well, there probably is some argument about whether it'll be the next great art form of the century. And these were all advocates, of course, but it gives you a feeling for what the pioneers in this field are thinking, a sense of excitement that a new field has. So it'll be interesting. I've been trying to think about my own viewing, what might work. And I don't watch a lot of TV, but I really got involved with the series on Netflix called Stranger Things. How many people have seen Stranger Things? It's really absorbing. And so the ones that you know about that have seen it know about the Upside Down. And I could actually, every time I see the Upside Down, I think, oh, this might be suitable for VR. It's not VR now, but it's the kind of thing where it would be kind of cool. So she's into the Upside Down now. And they're in the Upside Down. So a VR version of that, maybe?
I'm sorry. Sorry. What are you sorry for? The gate. I opened it.